Hi everyone, welcome to a new Fractal tone tutorial. Today we're going to be going over Where the Light Is John Mayer type of tone. This has been requested by quite a few of you, so I wanted to make sure I tackled it today and shared what I came up with all of you. Now if you decide that you do not want to continue with this tutorial, even though it takes you through everything, every single tab, every parameter, if you don't want to continue with it, I get it. But if you do want the preset and you want to help the channel out, just email me. The email address is in the description box below, and you can just email me and I'll tell you how to purchase the preset. Helps the channel out. But if you do want to continue with the tutorial, that's perfect, because that also helps my channel out and continues to have it grow. So Where the Light Is type of tone, this is kind of a deceiving tone because most of what we know is coming from the DVD, which obviously has a lot of post-production. So I would think a lot of compression, definitely a ton of volume type of adjustments, all that good stuff, panning. But what I wanted to try to reference when I was dialing in this sound was tones that we're getting from people recording this concert on their phones or whatever everyone was using back in 2008 or whatever, 2007, when they went to the Nokia Theater to watch this show. So I referenced those type of recordings, and they're not that far off from the Where the Light Is DVD. So we're going to take a look at that right now. Let's go ahead and look at FM9 Edit. All right, here we are in FM9 Edit. Here is the preset, WTLI, Where the Light Is. Basically going to have 5 different scenes going on. And something that I found this type of tone has is a lot more warmth than what we are seeing today in the sob rock era or post sob rock era. I would call it a little bit more of a bright tone and a little bit more aggressive and in your face, whereas Where the Light Is, it's very just warm, and there's that awesome like 2-rock clean compression. Most of you know what I'm talking about, but here it is. We're not going to take a look at the pitch block or there's a couple blocks that we'll just leave out. How about that? So the clean scene, we have 2 amps going, the 2-rock or the 2-stone J35, and the ODS 100 clean, which I really love. But let's go ahead and take a look at the ideal tabs for this. So what you are going to see, and I'll try to let you know, but definitely keep an eye out on the channels because it's going to be switching a little bit. So we're on channel A. Here are my settings. Tried to keep this preset pretty clean. Just give it lots of headroom. And let the drive blocks do all the work for the crunch tones. And then here's the ODS 100 clean. Oh, sorry, let's go back here. There's a couple things that I did change. Dynamics, I used the new input dynamics. I heard that having it around 2 is a good idea. You just get a little bit more oomph from this parameter being bumped up a little bit. But if you want to have like any gained type of stuff happening with the amp, you probably want to dial it back a little bit. I think we go here. We are going to go ahead and bump this up just a little bit. Let's go to channel B really quick. Actually, sorry, everything was on 0. All right, so that is about it on the 2-rock. Right here on the ODS 100 clean. Here are the settings. Everything's panned hard right, hard left. Even though this is a dual mono setup, I don't know, I just like the way that it sounds. Let's go to right here. I did add a little bit in the compression and harmonics in the cathode follower. Just know that historically the Dumble style amps use that type of thing. And then added some input dynamics. And here are the cabs that I'm using. Factory 2, the Rumble, 2x12 two-stone, both sets of ultra-res, pan hard right, left. But I do sum them, but it gives you the option of going stereo if you want. Did some low and high cuts, and gave it a little bit of room level right here. And then in parallel, here is the reverb, and I utilize all these channels, but they are all on the South Church, just for different flavors of time and mix. Don't forget to set your mix to 100%. And I think that is about it. Maybe a little bit of high cut in the EQ. And here's what the clean scene sounds like. All right, well, it does that thing. Now moving on, this is the BB or Blues Breaker. So call it like Vultures, maybe Gravity. The only thing that changes is we go to channel B. So channel 1, channel 2, just a little bit more drive, a little bit of input trim. You can mess with that if you want. Nothing right here, I believe. Let's just double check. Yep, nothing there. Everything stays the same other than that, except I did add a little bit of gain enhancer right here, but same cabs and everything. Then here are the Blues Breaker settings, nothing else in these tabs, so just basic tab right here. Okay, and I believe same channel for the reverb. So here's a little bit of gravity. So I did reference a Abbey Road session for this one. Something I noticed with the Blues Breaker is it doesn't really add much gain at all. Like even when it's almost completely dimed, like there's not a lot of output on the pedal itself. But the way he uses it, it's just like a pickup enhancer. But let's go ahead and just play a little bit with it on and with it off. I call it, there's like some sustain to it, even though it's relatively clean. But you would use this for gravity and something like Vultures. Moving on to the Tube Screamer, the TS. Here are the settings on the Tube Screamer. Just a little bit of treble bump right here. Backed off the bass just a tiny bit and bumped up the bias just a tiny bit as well. But that's really it. For the reverb, stayed on channel A. Channel B for amp block 2. And then this is channel B for the 2 rock. So you could use this for a lot of things. In the intro clip, I did a little bit of Who Did You Think I Was, but you could also use this for something like the Gravity solo. All right, scene 4. This is the solo lead. So we just stack the blues OD, or the blues breaker, and we're going to be changing channels to a little bit more gained up tube screamer right here. Pretty much the same settings, except just a little bit more drive. And then I did change to a different channel of the ODS clean. Just gave it a little bit more bump right here in the gain. I think I did a few other things as well, but I think it was mostly like bass and gain, I would say. And then here are my settings for the delay. And then I believe I'm going to channel B, which is a little bit longer trail. So use this on like the Belief solo or the Belief intro, but let's play the Belief solo. And then the last one, scene 5, this is the Qtron, or I would guess we could call it the adrenaline envelope filter. So this one we're going to be using channel B of the ODS clean, channel B of the two-stone, and then we're going to use the blues OD for a little bit of a bump. Same reverb. Here's how you set the parameters for the Qtron. Set it to low pass, fourth order. Gonna right click on the frequency. And here are basically the two parameters you want to adjust. Set it to envelope follower. And the Q as well, set it to envelope follower, just to give it a little bit more bloom. And then I believe just bumped up the gain just a tiny bit, a little bit of low cut as well, a little bit of level. And then here are some important parameters. Go to the envelope manual and put these parameter adjustments in there. And you can go to either the fourth position or the neck. Let's try the neck middle right now. Let's go neck. So maybe a little bit more clarity, a little bit more output on that one. Now, something that make sure you do is scene levels. I just gave the cleans on the scene 1 just a little bit of a bump. Same thing with scene 2. Scene 3 kept it at 0 dB. Little volume bump on scene 4. Same thing with scene 5 as well. But that is it. That's my Where the Light Is preset. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you take something from it. And if you have any ideas on any future type of preset tutorials you want, please make sure to let me know in the comments below. Take care.